Hi, everybody. This is my case study for Module 14 for EDL856, a new role for the parent organization. So first off, I'm going to try to connect this standard 5.2, throughout this presentation, and I've highlighted it here in yellow, but as I work through this presentation and I connect or I address each section, I'm going to highlight some of the words and I'll try to address those or connect those highlighted words with this standard and how I'm showing my understanding of this standard and connecting it. So first off, the summary, what has happened? I am assuming the role as a teacher or the principal, and I know that the National Parent Teacher Association, the PTA, has recently branched off and started their own independent parent organization, and they basically want a larger role in the decision-making process, the policy-making process of the school. They want more say. Principal understands parents have a large role in the school process, but they definitely, myself as a principal, I have some concerns with this new organization. So on Thursday, the principal, held a meeting with the new parent organization to discuss the back to school night like I have always done. I've done this in the past. I get together with the old parent organization and we've discussed what the meeting or what the back to school night is going to look like and just talk about it together so that we can get on the same page going into this so that it can be as successful as it can be. At that meeting, the new parent organization informed me, the first time they've informed me, that they wanted to play a bigger role in the decision-making process, but that they've already acted on this. They've already created committees, assigned people positions and roles within that committee, and basically that they already have ideas of implementing their plan and they have ways they want to go about this. So like I said, that second to last bullet point, they've assigned positions, outlined roles, all of this done behind my back without my knowledge, and they're kind of being forceful with it. Bottom point, I understand that the parents have a role in the school process and we want to get their opinion and get their input, but I have major concerns with this situation going forward, and especially with me being the leader of the school and them kind of thinking they are assuming the leadership position. So I have concerns with this, and I want to get this addressed before it gets into or turns into a larger problem. Secondly, section 2, legal or ethical issues. As the principal, I have thoroughly went through this, and as of now, we have not violated any. There are no legal or violations of laws or ethics. Nothing has been violated yet. And there definitely could be some legal parameters of this or with this if it's not addressed and addressed soon. But right now, nobody's been harmed. No laws have been broken. We've not breached a contract at this time, and there's not been any harassment or discrimination at all. Now, like the teachers' contracts definitely are at stake here and could be breached with what the parent organization is wanting them to do. But I have not gave the parent organization any of their authority for what they're wanting to do. So at this time, we do not have any legal or ethical issues. But I do think this is a huge issue that if it is not addressed and come to a conclusion soon, then it could definitely result with some legal or ethical issues. All right, section 3, synthesize. In one sentence, I can explain this as a newly formed independent parent organization is seeking to play a larger role in the policy and decision-making processes of the school, while the principal has concerns with this recent development and is discerning a solution to empower both sides. On that connecting with the standard 5.2, a big part of it was basically collaborating with stakeholders and getting as many opinions and as many viewpoints as I could or as administrators could for the betterment of the school and for the sole reason to keep the students at the front of the decisions and give them the best opportunities possible. So in this sentence where I synthesize, I'm discerning a solution as a principal to empower both sides. I thought that connected with the standard as collaborating as a principal and understanding the importance and the role of that parents do and should be in the school process, but it should be to empower everybody, to empower the students, and it should be with the students at the forefront. Section 4, again, synthesizing some knowns and some unknowns for these 3 specific categories: people, place, and the program. So I do know as for the people, the principal, I've been there at least a year. I'm not brand new. I've been been in the system. I know the system a little bit. I'm not brand new. The president of the parent organization is a young attorney, and the parents make up the parent organization. Some unknowns. The teachers not present have not been mentioned in this process at all. Other administrators, whether that be superintendents, assistant principals, head principals, have not been mentioned. And I'm unaware of how many parents are involved with this new parent organization. Don't know how many are involved. Place for this school, we've always had a PTA, a parent organization. It used to be not an independent organization, but we've always had these parent organizations, and it has had inputs and opportunities, and we've listened to their views and tried to collaborate together. They have had power. What's unknown, I'm not really familiar with any of the demographics, whether the school is urban or rural, or whether what grade levels there are. The program, I do know that parents of this organization want a larger role. They have concerns. The old program had certain responsibilities, and the new one wants more responsibilities. And this new program is independent. It's not associated with the state. It's an independent association. What is unknown with this program, I don't know much about the curriculum, about grade levels, public or private school, or how many parents are involved. Okay, moving on. Next, Section 5, review and prioritize. This situation could be damaging to stakeholders in the community. A new independent organization popping up and making big decisions could seriously be detrimental to stakeholders in the community. Students, teachers, parents, administrators, all stakeholders have a position within the school, but I do not think, and I do not know that all relevant stakeholders have been consulted or are having a voice in this new parent organization. I do need to learn more. I need to get my other faculty, teachers, and administration into this conversation, but I can still make a decision right now. I can make a decision right now. I highlighted stakeholders several times here. I highlighted who I think those stakeholders are, so students, teachers, parents, administrators, but not just a certain stakeholders within the community. I need to address and weigh which stakeholders within the community should be valued and represented here. This works in with the standard 5.2 again, that all constituencies, all partners of the community and that have a say in the school need to be consulted to collaborate and find the best possible solution that we can. But reviewing this, there's definitely a lot that's still unknown, but I can make a decision right now, and I need to get this addressed before it becomes kind of a snowball effect and becomes a bigger issue than it already is. Section 6, identifying options and consequences. So my options are, I have basically 3 options, with the bottom 2 being what I think are kind of the better solutions here, better options. But the options are, I can allow this parent organization to continue with what they're doing. They've obviously got a strong opinion and a plan in place, and I can let them do their thing. They've appointed people to certain positions. They've got certain ideas they want to implement in the school. And although I think those are kind of radical and extreme, I could let them just continue with what they're doing. That's one option. Second option is I could completely shut this parent organization down right now. I could say, I'm the administrator, I'm in charge, and you guys have done this behind my back, and I'm completely shutting it down right now. The third option, which the third and fourth bullet points are here, are kind of what I think they're kind of all in one, but I think this is the best option. I could discuss with the new parent organization other possible options, compromises, maybe where we can meet in the middle, and kind of both can give both get a little bit of what we want. But when I do this, I think I should, as the administrator, I should inform the parent organization that I'd like to discuss all of this with other people, with other administrators, with other faculty and staff before we move forward. Okay, so let's stop right where we're at. Well, let's stop where we're at right now with this meeting, and let's meet again here in a week or so, where we can kind of both get on the same page. I can discuss with other people before we go forward. Let's reach a middle ground. Let's not completely shut this down. Let's reach a middle ground, but let's meet at a later date. So those are my options. Evaluating the options, the pros and cons. For the first one, allowing the parent organization to continue what they're doing. The pros to that is I give that parent organization a sense of leadership and a voice. They've already taken a lot of action in appointing people and with their plans. They can continue with that. Let them feel empowered. Cons of that is I don't know what all parents or stakeholders are involved in that organization and who is left out. There could definitely be some major stakeholders that are left out. Also, cons of this is I feel like I'm giving up my leadership responsibility as the administration. The administration is not leading the school. It's uneducated parents, maybe, that are leading the school. Second option, shutting it down completely. Pros is it kind of seems out of control, and they've been doing stuff behind my back, so I completely shut that down, and I enforce that I am the administration and I am the leader. Cons, there's obviously an invested parents, and I'd probably upset them, and I'd have to deal with some repercussions of unhappy parents who also might be big stakeholders in the community. With the last option, discuss other compromises, middle grounds. Pros, I feel like I'm not directly making somebody extremely mad right now. I'm saying, hey, we think you have a decision or a role in this process. Let's meet at a later date. So I still feel in power. I can give them some sort of power, all while keeping the students at the center of the decisions that we make. Now, I could also I could show them that we do want to engage engage and get their opinion without necessarily saying we're going to make a decision right now. Some cons of that last one: the parent organization is probably not going to want to. They seem really wanting to take power. They're probably not going to want to give that up. And there's always difficulties in reaching a middle ground. Section 8, choosing the best option. I think the best option was the third option, and to try to find a middle ground. So discuss other possible options. On my last slide there, it had a lot of pros, the most pros for this middle ground reaching compromises, and I felt like it had the least on the cons. So what I would do is I would do this. I would say, hey, I want to stop right now where we're at. I feel like you guys are kind of out of control, maybe expressing that. You've been working behind my back. I want to get informed with everything that's going on, and also I want to engage and talk to my other administrators and other stakeholders to make sure we're making the best possible decision for the students here before we just go and make some decisions. So what I would do is I would address my concerns with the new organization. Hey, you guys seem a little bit out of control. I think you're doing this behind my back. I'd acknowledge that they do have a role, and I want to get their input and value their input. But I would explain I'd like to get other administrators aware, discuss with them, and I'd ask basically to set another date for another meeting, and maybe you guys get back with me, parent organization, give me some of your main concerns, your motives, your roles, why you were doing what you want to do. You get back with me on that. I'll get other administrators involved. We can come back and kind of have a discussion about this. Three positives of this: it gives me time. We can engage all stakeholders, and maybe we can create some creative solutions. And again, the highlighted stuff, collaborating. Yes, we want parents involved in our processes, but it allows for us to maybe have some time to think of some creative solutions before just making a decision right now. Implementing. So I would address, just like I had outlined in my plan, I'd address my concerns, acknowledge the benefits, explain I want to get other people involved. That's my path right there. I'm not shutting it down completely. I'm not saying go do your thing. I'm outlining it. Hey, there's benefits to this. Let's be thorough in understanding these. Okay. The new meeting date, I might have some unhappy parents. I might have to answer some other questions, but I'm pushing this problem off to where I can get set and get comfortable and knowledgeable in this situation before we make a decision. I don't want to deal with this on my own. I want to bring others involved, other administrators with me, and they can help protect me from any legal situations that might arise. I can have their opinion and their support with me. If the parent organization is unhappy, I could always resort back to another option. I could completely, after we set our new meeting, I could still shut them down completely and say, okay, we've addressed this, or we've thought about this, talked about it, and we're shutting this down completely. We are in control, and you guys we will come to you with what we want you to deal with, but I can completely shut this down if I want to. So I can still do that. So yeah, this is what I think is the best solution. There's a lot of unknowns, and the parent organization is hitting me with a lot of stuff that they are very adamant on right away. So hey, I'm going to take a step back. Let me get some of my other administrators' viewpoints in here. Get back with me. We'll meet again. And there is a role for the parents in this in the school process. But let's meet again and discuss this.